So, Coach, I just want to kind of talk a bit about that technical foul that happened near the end of the game. Was that kind of like, what exactly happened? Like, I know, was it kind of your frustrations over like what was going on with you in the game, or just like what exactly happened there?
That's generally what happens when you keep trying to call it and let them know. They missed 3 double dribble calls at the beginning. They just, you know, I'm not going to comment because you know that I'll get fired and fined, right? So I'm not going to comment. But it was frustration. What I was saying, I thought that there was a lot of moving screens. There was a lot of stuff that was going on that I kept trying to get his attention, but, you know, it is what it is. And it doesn't need to happen. I think if we can take care of our business, then it doesn't matter how many fouls an official calls. You just got to be able to weather the storm and play through it.
But you're kind of going through the gauntlet right now with all these ranked teams. Talk about how you feel like the team performed today versus the other night versus Ohio State.
I thought that we played with a great deal more pride and intensity. We worked hard. I thought that we had some mental lapses which didn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense, especially when you talk about a 40-minute game that we had a chance to win. We had a chance to win. I mean, before we got just blown out and laid down. I thought that we came out to play. I think the thing that we were looking for is the consistency. Number one, Tyler needs to be consistent. That's a fact. You know, you can't come up with the kind of numbers that she is, but it's a lot because we haven't been producing one person that's been consistently able to help on the scoring on the other side of it. And I thought that today, both the 4s and 5s, Vicky as well as Stacia, made a conscientious effort. And of course, we tried to go to the inside because I felt that that was where our strength was. And I thought that they worked hard, extremely hard, to make that happen. Because no team that I know in the Big Ten or anywhere else is able to go very far if you got one person that is scoring or that you expect them to score and everybody else just fill in the blank, they're laying on the side waiting for whatever is there. We've got to have somebody that says, bring it to me, I'm the one, I can make the right decisions. I mean, I normally am upset with Stacey and Vicky, and I think they would say that, but they did a great job today. I thought that they read each other well, extremely well, did everything that they needed to do on that side of it, denying, for example, the post, because that's the dominant part of their game. Maryland is well balanced. There's no question about that, and the coach is an outstanding coach. And the players, you know, if they knock down threes, that's what they do. They come off those screens, they're knocking them shots down. They try to probe and try to figure out what the heck is going on. They're coming off that screen nice and tight, and that ball is being delivered. That's precision, offensive execution, and that's what they did. I did think that the last time we played them, I wasn't as inclined to play the 55 defense. We stepped on it this time because we knew that that was our only chance, and I thought that the team responded well. You might ask, well, why didn't we do it earlier? The truth of the matter is that for whatever reason, we've been struggling quite a bit this part of the game, just to play the game straight up, man-to-man defense without going into that press. But if we could, that would be great. But generally when that happens, we have got to use more people. Here's the difference. I thought that some of the people that we put in could have handled that 55, but the problem is now the offensive execution. How well were they going to be able to negotiate, even if we got the steal? Are they going to be able to finish that? And better still, everybody says that they can. It's not about what you say, it's about what I see and what I know. And so could we take advantage of the steal if we got it and execute the way that we need to? It's obviously something we have to work on. But I think overall, I thought that the team, everybody made a conscious effort to try to play with a level of pride and to believe that we could get it done. I think that the turnovers were atrocious. You can't have 22 turnovers and expect to win anybody's basketball game. And so many of those were just, for lack of a better word, stupid. Just trying to throw it through people instead of letting it develop and seeing what's going on, because we're too used to, and that's what we were talking about, just being much more disciplined in the offensive execution. With every pattern that there is, I think with every pattern that there is, there's a hit. For example, if it's that high 4 hit that hit was for the inside. Well, we got to make an effort to really look at that and see what's happening, and then, know what we're going to do behind that. And I thought that we were impatient. There were some times where we actually were getting ready to run the goddamn pattern, and the people that were setting the screens weren't even in position. I thought that we just we blew a couple possessions and not even knowing where we're supposed to be in and out of bounds. And it's frustrating when you talk about a game of that magnitude. Everybody's got to be on point and know exactly where they got to go and what they have to do. So we'll have to work a lot harder in our discipline and the offensive execution. That's what's got to happen. And the transition defense. I think that we could have attacked more. We keep settling for bringing the ball up, to be honest with you, which is why we were trying to push the ball down the floor in what we would call a drag, take the wings down to the baseline, because there were a lot of opportunities for us to actually attack Maryland. Maryland was still with their backs turned when we were getting down. So just pass the ball up and look to attack. It doesn't matter whether you get the layup or not. Pull it back out and see what's happening from that. But we play cautious, and this was not a caution game. It can't be a caution game. If you're going to turn it over because you're attacking. Don't turn it over because of knick-knack fouls and things that are disruptive to the offense. So that's my frustration.
Coach, the first period, you guys shot 72%, but the second and fourth, you guys seem like the half-court offense. Like you said, you mentioned before, is being cautious. Was it because the athletic length, or he was pushing the tempo in the second and the fourth?
I'm sure that athletic length, but I mean, at the end of the day, we are the midgets. We're the midgets of the Big Ten. But the midget doesn't have to be a bad person. The midget can be a fast person. A midget can attack. Midget doesn't have to take threes when you got length like this. You understand what I'm saying? I know whether you're a writer or an athlete, you understand what I'm talking about. God, you know what I mean? Like just get to the rim. And the good part about it is these guards. First of all, we're not a three-point shooting team, but this is interesting. We shot 1 for 12. Now that's interesting. They are the people that can shoot the heck out of a three. But every time we change places and we forget who we are, then this kind of thing happens. And it's hard because in the course of the game, if everybody puts on the right suits, in other words, if you're going to church, if you're the minister, then you be the minister, put on that robe. If you're the sister in the choir, then you put the robe on and be in the goddamn choir. So what we need everybody to assume roles and responsibility and not go outside of that, because at the end of the day, good teams like Ohio State, good teams like Maryland, good teams like Northwestern, good teams like the teams in the Big Ten, we can come out there and play loose and crazy if we want to, although we were better than we have been. But it's sad because those games are all winnable. In my opinion, they're all winnable. So it just speaks to our inability to be focused and to do what we need to do to win games. Period. That's it.
Question to the student athletes?
Hey, for both you guys, they had a stretch, I think you cut to 30-26 late in the first half, and they went on a 13-1 run to close the half. Did they do anything differently? It was just turnovers, or just anything that they did to make a close game into more of a lead for them?
Well, I think they just that they just capitalized off of our mistakes and turnovers and not rebounding. That's what made the league get bigger than it was.
I know, Vic, you had a double-double the second time in your career you've done that, so how important was that to contribute to your team, just to see your strengths even in a loss?
Well, Coach didn't ask me to step up, so I just made it my focus to step up today. Yeah, it feels good, but we still lost. So.
And I guess for the players, I know this is the 7th loss out of your last 9 games, and how does it feel to be in this stretch where you're playing all these tough teams? You're playing some close. You're playing you upset a team, but does the statement that you lost 7 out of 9 games, is that is there more to that statement, or to the way that you're playing?
No, I think we just need to focus more, go hard in practice, execute the plays while we're playing, not only in practice, and focus on our defensive transition. I think a lot of teams score off of us not being focused and like ready to get back in transition. So yeah, I think that's what we need to focus on the next couple of days.
And you guys are playing Wisconsin next, so they're 2-10 in the Big Ten. So do you feel like this could be a trap game for you? Like, what do you think you'll need to do to avoid losing this game, the next game?
Like I said before, focusing, make sure we execute. Just because they're 2-10 doesn't mean that they can't come back and get a win. That just might be their day where they're hitting all their shots and stuff. So I think we need to just get in a rhythm and stay positive, get our energy going early, not just the day of the game, the day before the game, the night before, during practice, during shoot-around. And yeah.
Piggyback of that, I was getting ready to say that, you know, you guys came out like the second half kind of locked last year with energy. It wasn't because, you know, with anything Maryland was doing, or it's just, you know, it was one of those one of those games.
I think it was. I mean, we talked a lot before we came out today at what was it, pregame meal, and we were just like, we need to focus, we need to come out with lots of energy, because I know a lot of times we come out, we're like kind of slow sometimes, so we wanted to come out hard the first 5 minutes, win the first quarter, try to win the second quarter, and it felt good, like being in the game with them that first quarter or two or whatever. I think we just, once Fitz hit that shot, that three, I don't know if it was half quarter three, but she hit that shot, I think that definitely pulled more momentum for us. So we wanted to just ride off of that.
Mentally, you guys should be well, because, you know, a lot of mistakes, like Coach reiterated, it was, you know, a lot of loose rebounds you guys didn't make.
Yeah.
You did play them, you know, the first couple of minutes to the team. So mentally, for you guys, you know you can play anybody with the big team and come out with energy, you know, with that same mentality.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's our mentality. It should be our mentality all the time, not just because it's Maryland or because it's Ohio State. We need to have that mentality of we can win, we can play with anybody who comes on our court. This is our house. Like, they shouldn't leave with the win at all. So I don't know. I think we just need to focus and figure it out the next couple days before we go into Wisconsin and play them.
We have time for one more question.
I guess this is just a general question for everyone. Do you guys ever think about, like, the NCAA tournament? Like, if you guys are going to get an at-large bid at this point, is that something you're focusing on, or just focusing on, like, next game at this point?
It's always been next game, like take it game by game, and of course every team wants to go to the NCAA tournament. Like, that's big, that's huge, that's a great accomplishment. But right now we need to focus on ourselves and winning game by game by game, and then we need to go focus on going to the Big Ten tournament and winning game by game by game. Then we can focus on the NCAA tournament.
All right, thanks.